sleep. Had to go get my Steam Deck serviced to get my new SSD installed, and I I called them and I got the call center instead, and there was no indication that they couldn't just do it right away. So uh, hopefully tomorrow I will have a 1 terabyte drive in the Steam Deck, and then I can actually start working on those videos again. But for now, I kind of figured having to uninstall and reinstall games all the time was really grating on me. So provided that the install goes well, which pretty much will just mean if the drive actually works, I will spend most of tomorrow re-downloading everything, including some highly requested games. I had a bunch of PS3 games that were requested. Um, Also, a bunch of Steam games as well. Neo 2 post the 3.5 update is something I didn't try yet. Wo Long and things like that. But in the meantime, I have been no-lifing this game. I've actually really been enjoying it. It definitely has its faults. The fact that you still gotta spend so much time in these menus and stuff. But I've actually been having a lot of fun playing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show my progress so far. So she's running like a combo build I'm kind of working on right now. Eventually I resorted to just freezing the money counter in Cheat Engine because it just takes so long to load. The rates are like really bad. I really feel like item creation, it's such a cool thing in practice because it gives you so much freedom to break the game or at least play the way that you want. But then on the other hand, it just takes so long to get stuff, and there's no New Game Plus. So what I decided is I'm going to work on practicing the combos and then finish the rest of the endgame content. And then from there, what I'm going to do is, if I do play the game again, um, what I'll do is I'll just edit in my gear. So I won't give myself overpowered gear, because that would defeat the purpose. But there's no New Game Plus in this at all, and I've spent it has to be at least 6-7 hours save scumming. I am definitely not doing that again. If I was going to do that again, I might as well just play a different game at that point. So that's what I'm working with right now. She's almost optimized. I still need a little bit more to do with it, but she's got a lot of stagger power. Stagger power actually helps stagger the bosses. So yes, you can combo pretty much every boss in this game. Almost all of them. I can only think of like maybe one or two that you couldn't. So, pretty cool stuff. And then for Ray, I'm still working on him a little bit. Actually, let's go ahead and try to get him some experience up. Let's see here. I don't know if I have any experience up here. Let me go ahead and level up his... Go ahead and level up his synthesis.
I know this field inside and out.
He's like my other main damage dealer. Alright, let me go ahead and save. On one hand, this game definitely deserves the hate because of the embarrassing state this game launched in. The performance was really bad in the demo, which obviously didn't help things because people were like, well, if it runs like this in the demo, it's probably not going to run much better. It actually ended up being true for the most part. The PC port definitely deserves the mixed reviews because it had a problem with stuttering. The main issue was that the game would pre-compile shaders when you launched it, but you had no consent whether you wanted to do that or not. On my previous processor, which is what I had when this game released, it came out a couple months before I updated my computer. It took like 45 minutes for it to compile shaders, so at that point, when you consider the refund grace period is only 2 hours, so if you don't like the game or it's a bad port like this was, you only have like an hour to get it working, and I think that's well warranted in terms of getting bad reviews. There were some balancing issues as well, but I guess those were fixed in one of the final patches. For me, personally, when they got rid of Denuvo, this should be a surprise to no one, but when they got rid of Denuvo, the game just runs pretty much perfect for me. The menus are still a little bit laggy, but This game just has laggy menus in general, which is kind of odd coming from a Star Ocean 2 remake, mostly because that game's menus are like really snappy. But other than that, in the actual gameplay, it's been running pretty much rock solid. So I can't really complain there. Anyway, let's show a little bit of making love to the menus here. See if there's anything. If I got an experience up on here. Sorry if this is kind of a low effort video today. I stayed up all night playing this, and then I had all the stress with getting the computer, not the computer, but the Steam Deck serviced. So I'm kind of running on a little bit of low IRL stamina bar right now. But I'll try to get something out today. Trying to see if I have any experience up in here by any chance. I crafted a bunch of stuff, but a lot of it's not like super great. I think the thing about this crafting system is it's a lot better than the one that's in Star Ocean 2 Remake, where you can't transfer stuff over. The problem is there's like actual recipes for a lot of the things that you can craft, and the game does not tell you them at all. Like, the same two characters will have like vastly different chances to craft something, and you're not told that anywhere. Even outside of the talent system, it's just like, nope, there's nothing you're doing wrong. If you do the same thing 10 times with a different character, you can have just an exponentially better drop rate or proc rate on it, which is pretty dumb. Not seeing any experience up in here. Well, that'll be the next thing I'll have to craft, I guess. Let's get some experience up. Alright, well, let's go farm some gear. Let's just play the game now. I'll do a couple runs of this.
Dangerous. Strength lay dormant within me. Oh, exquisite.
I feel like item creation is such a cool mechanic. It's cool to see a JRPG series not be so aggressively balanced, in that if you know what you're doing, you can break the game, you know, with minimal effort. The problem is all the save scumming it takes. That's what I can't stand about it, especially when there's no New Game Plus.
Neutralized. Warning. Energy levels low. Warning. Energy levels low. Oh, exquisite.
Let's play as him, who I'm like a lot worse with, but kind of trying to learn the combos as I go here.
This swamp is dangerous.
Combo labbing. Alright.
They all work together. Another day.
It's cool how they just have like a little mini bloody palace here. You didn't have to be this mega powered, but yeah, there's just a mini bloody palace in this game.
This swamp is dangerous.
Raised a cool 2 million doing that already.
is dangerous.
Any and all limits. This could be useful.
I don't know, this game is weird because it doesn't really seem to have any missables as far as I know.
This swamp is dangerous.
The item creation is so open-ended and so fun to work with, but then you can't carry any of it over. It's like, I don't know if I want to do that whole grind multiple times.
Warning. Energy level neutralized. Usefulness destroyed. Insufficient output. Usefulness lost. Warning. Defense low.
Sweet!
Alright, I guess we'll
This
try
swamp
the
is dangerous.
post-game, the final post-game dungeon after this. Maybe I've done enough grinding.
Any and all limits. This could be useful.
Alright. So, got 15 million now. Let me go ahead and save. I think these guys are relatively decent. Could probably run with just these three and plow through the rest of the game, I'm hoping.
Inspiration. This should do nicely.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a bunch of those, I think.
My in
Yeah, the weirdest thing about this system is that, like I mentioned, if I do this exact same process right now, crafting a meteorite with Letitia, I get something completely different than if I do it with Raymond. And there's no indication that this is a thing anywhere. There's no indication about it anywhere, so
this should do nicely.
you can definitely spend an unhealthy amount of time doing save scumming, and it's just like, well, there's nothing you can do that will make this go quicker.
Instincts tell me this will be.
You essentially need to... You need to have multiple characters leveled up in the same talent. Now, they already do have that system, to be fair. They already do have that system for crafting certain armor. Like, you can only make the best weapon with that respective character. Meaning that whether they need crafting, or engineering, or smithing, you will need to have multiple characters maxed out, but it's still pretty dumb that it doesn't tell you, like, hey, regardless of how many times you do this, you're gonna get different stuff just on the basis of whichever character you get.
This should do nicely.
Item creation has always been pretty obtuse. I think this is like the easiest to understand system.
This should do nicely.
2 Remake definitely did streamline things a little bit, but you have an insane amount of RNG just trying to, you know, get exactly what you want, because you have, like, very little control over it. The only thing that you can do in that game is pretty much... You can lower the pools that it pulls from, but other than that, it can still take forever.
This should do nicely. This should do nicely.
This one. Great job, me.
Bet I could do. Great job, me.
Alright, so I got some experience in there, so... let's go ahead and use her, actually. I should save before I do this. We're gonna try to get some more EXP. Alright. So go to Synthesis. Take all those EXP pieces and Dragon Ball fuse them together. That's weird. I saw some experience in here somewhere. Ah, there we go. There's one. Alright, so take this one, and I think there was another one in here somewhere. You also cannot sort this menu by, you know, the affix that's on it. They're called factors in this game, but they're basically affixes, like Neo, all those kinds of games and stuff. The stuff that's on the gear, I just call it affixes because I come from PSO2, which had a very similar system. But yeah, you kind of do have to pay a disproportionate amount of attention to what you're actually crafting, even if you have a bunch of it, just because there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that it'll be in the spot that you think it is. It might be in a random place. Alright, so hoping to get the experience here.
Intriguing. This should do
Ah,
nicely.
nice. Okay. Alright, so that one's done. Alright, so now let's go ahead and save again. Actually want to compare, like, how much more experience am I going to be getting. Alright, so I'm going to go to Synthesis, Ray, his armor here, and then take that piece. I'll take the hyper armor.
This ought to be fun. Great job, me.
Oh, not bad. That was quick. Alright, so that's like another 200% experience. This system is very fun. I don't want to sound like I don't like it. It's mostly just... It's mostly just the RNG is really rough. Alright, so... for this... Actually, I should probably save first, huh? Let's see how much more experience that gives. Actually, don't have that much more time, so... let's make back some of the money.
This swamp is dangerous.
Now, if you get tired of this system entirely, and you're on PC, one benefit to them kind of abandoning this port is that the cheat engine table from, like, last year still works. So, what I'm planning on doing is I do want to clear all the content. I did use cheat engine a little bit, mostly just to freeze. I haven't edited any of my gear. What I did instead was I froze the attempt counter just so I didn't have to reset the game so much. But yeah, you can just edit the gear apparently, so I'll That's what I'm planning to do for New Game Plus.
Warning. Energy levels items
In your next life, of course. Oh, this could be useful.
I got like 2 levels off that. That was a pretty suboptimal fight as well.
This swamp is dangerous.
Any and all.
Alright, basically made back everything I spent. If only it was that easy in real life. Just go grind for a little bit, make all your money back. I'm really struggling financially
This
right now,
swamp is
so I'm jealous.
dangerous.
These guys can make a cool million in like a minute of gameplay.
Stop me now!
This could be useful.
Alright, let's go check out the post-game dungeon. Okay, let's see. We can make a dent in this place a little bit. Go ahead and heal her up. See if I can get some combos going.
We've only to cut ourselves
Insufficient output. Threat neutralized. No
Not be
threats
the
detected.
last. It all seems far less. We shall prevail.
Warning. Energy levels low. Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low.
End of the line!
Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low.
Will know pain.
Insufficient output. Warning. Energy levels low.
Catch my breath.
End of the line!
Insufficient output.
You
Destroy.
shall see us deterred. I would be happy for you to join.
I think the jankiest thing about this whole... They have this like whole unique mechanic in here where you don't get to keep everybody. You have to re-recruit them. Is that if you skip the cutscene, it automatically tells you that... it automatically makes it so they join your party, and you only have a limited amount of recruits. It's like, I don't know if that's the way it should be. That's a little unfair, don't you think? It's pretty easy to screw up your run.
And thus my training is complete.
Alright. So now we have two relatively busted characters.
We've only to cut ourselves a path.
Threat neutralized.
Steady, everyone. No more than you deserve.
Stay sharp. How's this?
Epic defeat. Be gone.
Warning. Energy levels low.
This will sting.
Perimeter secured.
So this is what's really annoying is I can't skip this cutscene. We'll go ahead and take her anyway, but yeah, it's pretty dumb.
I
Why
would
can't
be
you just
happy for you to join.
skip the cutscene, give me the choice, and then skip the next one? Instead of having to watch the same conversation every single time you do this. Star Ocean games are always lacking in polish, so it's not too surprising this one is too.
Insufficient
I can look past that, this is a good game. Thoroughly enjoyed my time with it.
Ali! This will leave a mark. I
Item
live to
obtained.
fight another day.
Alright, we want Theo as well.
Is that if we all work together?
Warning. Energy levels low. Insufficient output.
To think such strength lay dormant within me. If you would be so kind, I would appreciate.
Alright, let's do one more and then I gotta go. I gotta go feed the cats.
Promise me you'll keep cool.
Too much more time for the video right now.
Batting down. Destroyed.
Be an adult.
Insufficient output.
Oh, to me.
External temperature rising.
See to this.
Unable to continue combat.
Good to me.
With this.
How's this? Hang in there. Thank you.
Chance of survival dropping.
Take him out.
Sharing strength.
Clutch.
Leticia?
I am relieved to see you freed of the tower's curse.
I'm still hazy, but I take it I gave you trouble?
You seemed a man quite devoted to some cause. How I wish Lady Malkia could have seen you.
I dare you repeat that.
I meant nothing ill
Can't
by
believe
it.
I can't skip
but
this.
I am quite relieved to have you
I
back
have
as
to
your
keep
good
watching
self.
this.
However,
kills the
there was
pacing.
no time to celebrate.
You can't
with
skip
the
a cutscene
highest
properly.
reaches of the tower still looming ominously above.
Are you heading higher? I suspect you
No,
will
I
need my
don't.
help for
I
what
want
lies
you to
ahead,
go away.
so I will accompany you.
No,
Please,
it
no
would
more
be best you
cutscenes.
stay-
Alright, folks, that's gonna go ahead and do it for now. Might stream some more of this later, but yeah, the build is kind of working. Probably a little bit too squishy, but that will come with time and maybe a little help from our friend Cheat Engine. I'll see you guys later. Good night.